I watch news.
Ready?
I'm very into politics. I'm very into. My new thing is I decided if you can't beat him, join him. So I'm going to become Donald Trump.
It's getting worse. The impression keeps getting worse.
I checked in on a few more of Corey's podcast interviews for going viral. There may be some familiar things.
Does your theory of glasses indoor Corey stand up having watched new interviews?
Not really.
Ah, damn.
Not really. He's still better, but you start to see
the cracks.
Yes, the face mask is coming off or whatever the term is.
The roots are coming in.
In fact, let me see if I can get some filter action on and see
what there we go. There we go. Hey. Hey man, we've got a whole bunch of people from all over the world. We've got Brazil in here. We've got England.
Brazil, what's up? What's
up? Corey, listen again. Thank you so much for making time for me. I know you're really busy and you're promoting this movie, dropping, going viral, dropping. Look at that.
Yes. Going viral.
That's awesome. Hey,
I'm in the midst of transitioning.
This guy's trying so hard to stay on. Not even on topic, but just
to get. This is the beginning, dude.
Just to not derail. His only goal is let's not immediately derail. And Corey's like, nope.
Yeah, this is the very beginning of his live or whatever
Still
it was on
funny,
his Insta.
though.
Yeah, it is funny that Corey's not listening to him at all.
That's awesome. Hey, I want to show you the shirt I'm wearing right now. Check it out. Who's that guy?
Let me just say too. I mean. Usually we try not. I don't know. I don't even know if I purposely try to do this, but I feel like when we play these interviews, I try not to bust on the hosts too much. Usually I just focus on Corey, but this guy is kind of insufferable.
Yes.
this 80s guy. Well, I mean, I get it. I get that's his shtick.
But act like you've been there before.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for this interview. This guy keeps doing shit like this. And in a weird way, you almost understand why Corey would be like,
I'm in hell.
Yeah, stop talking to me about Stand By Me and the Goonies or whatever.
It's hot. It's flaming hot. I can't believe it.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Ready, wait for it. Here it comes.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
look,
I think this is about right.
Well, what's hilarious about this though too is this filter looks like he usually looks.
That just looks like him on stage at Low Serville.
Yeah. Or when the TMZ catches him out coming out of a restaurant.
That's just what he looks like.
Looking like Mr. Viral right there, man.
I think we found it. I am Mr. Trump viral.
Oh man.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Trump 2.0, the icon.
So yeah, there it is again.
Did his impression get worse?
It did.
It feels like it's not as good as it was before.
What's funny is, we start to see maybe a running thing of this Trump character that he loves. I guess from watching Jim and them, because he heard Corey Trump when Jeff was doing it that time.
Yeah, is that this song is for him?
He was a gay drug addict. There, I said it.
I wanted to tell him.
Is that Corey Trump? He was a gay drug addict.
I wanted to tell him
it's not that different, really.
2.0. I look a lot better.
Oh man, I like your Trump impression.
I really cleaned it up. I honed in on it. I got the best people in the world. They're all supporting me.
The absolute best. The absolute best.
And honestly, on one hand, Corey kind of won't shut up.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, this guy won't shut up for some reason.
And he's kind of egging him on. He's being like, oh, you're fucking great. You're so funny.
I mean, I guess in his defense, he's probably just nervous. Because, I mean, if you are the 80s dude and everything's 80s, it would be a pretty big deal, I guess, to get Corey on your show.
Yeah, but also, again, just be a regular person.
Yeah.
Jim, we've done this before.
Greatest supercomputer ever created to make Trump 2.0 digital version.
Jesus
It
Christ.
is great that he's modified his Trump impression to go with the filter. That's just showing the improv skills. He's quick on his feet. He's, I'm actually Trump 2.0.
Let me see if I can join you. Here's one called 1984. There we go. That's
Look
a little.
That sucks.
Oh, here's a Gremlins. Here's a Gremlins, man.
Look at that. That's incredible. Wonderful.
Oh my God.
That's unbelievable effect.
I love it. I love it.
It's really well done.
Listen, thanks for being on here, Corey. I just wanted to.
Now I'm gonna cut.
I watch news.
Ready?
I'm very into politics.
Okay, ready.
I'm very into. My new thing is I decided if you can't beat him, join him. So I'm going to become Donald Trump.
It's getting worse. The impression keeps getting worse, and now he's just saying this thing I do now. He's just saying it out. Like it's not like he keeps doing it and we're saying it's a thing he does.
No.
He's saying it's a thing he does, but he's just getting worse every time.
Look, I've decided it's the best look. It's incredible. I'm going to put all the best people together. We're going to have an incredible time watching movies.
He really is losing it. Because you know what? You'll hear it for comparison because I actually have, after this, I just have last week's clip just to keep all his recent Trump impressions I found together.
It's going to be a great holiday season, the best ever. No.
So you can do Donald and
I can do Donald.
Try to guess. This guy's doing an impression right now.
Oh, I was about to say, like, he is stuttering a lot.
and I'll do Musk, and we'll do it together. You know,
let's not do anything.
I guess is that what Elon? I guess maybe that's what Elon Musk sounds like.
I mean, Elon Musk sounds like a retard, but not that way.
And I'll do Musk.
I'm Elon Musk.
So you can do Donald and
I can do Donald.
And I'll do Musk, and we'll do it together. You know,
let's not do anybody as long as they pay me enough.
Yeah, what was that?
That's true.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm not above doing an impression I'm not good at, but I feel like I know I'm not good at them. I think this guy thinks he's
he's legit, and these people are kissing his ass, being like, "That's so good. Yeah, that's so great."
Pretty damn good, Donald Trump.
They gotta bend over. They gotta bend over. They gotta pay me. Sorry. Anyway.
He always throws in the weirdest sex jokes, dude.
Weird gay jokes constantly. Who is he? Us?
Yeah, but and so for a refresher course, here's from the one we watched last week.
But you know, the one I'm really focused on with my new haircut, decided I'm actually going to go full Trump now. So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm only talking like this, and you're only going to hear from me when it's going to be something really special.
Well, it's funny because even hearing this one now, like last week, we were like, oh, it's pretty good. Oh, but it's still worse.
Oh, no.
I mean,
it's better, but that's because we're three pros who constantly do Trump.
That's true.
To talk about my big projects. They've got to be the biggest. Got to be the biggest. So we're gonna go with going viral. Going viral is gonna be the greatest project.
I still like this, Corey.
Right? Yeah.
Anyway.
This was his best. I guess to explain it, because this was his best showing.
Yeah, he's never been better than he is right here.
It was probably the first interview of the day, and then he just immediately fell off a cliff on the rest of the interviews.
Yep.
You're in LA.
All right, so now we're back to the '80s, dude, because there's some decent cringe throughout this.
Hey, check this out.
Oh man, I can't see nothing.
Look, see the guy's doing the insufferable shit again. He's trying to show a Goonies poster, and his internet's all fucking up too.
Hey, look at my picture.
So
just give it a sec. The bitrate, I have it jacked all the way down because usually I'm not streaming games.
This guy is literally just showing him the regular Goonies poster for no reason.
That's embarrassing. Like
and again,
that is super embarrassing.
For Jim and them, to be fair, like we're here to shit on Cory, but unfortunately we have to shit on you as well, that 80s dude. Because I'm in complete agreement with Cory's expression right now of how he's just like, oh wow, a Goonies poster.
Like act like you've been there before. All you're doing is giving us reasons to clown on you right now.
Exactly.
It's a Goonies poster, right?
Yeah,
it's like really blurry, but it's coming.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Now look, the film. They're gonna just love the story. It's got like that classic '80s. You know, there's a love interest. There's the girl that's his friend. All those things are in there. The sidekick.
Well, the reason why I left that in because I was like, oh yeah, you know all the things that only happened in the 80s, like having a love interest, you know, a friend
having
of someone, and even a sidekick to boot.
Did this guy see the movie?
Well, what's great,
I feel like I could describe the movie better in the moment, and all I've seen is the trailer.
Doing the book report of like, I didn't read. Yeah, it was a book. It had like a love interest. The love interest. Wow, who could forget the sidekick?
Was the younger cast like aware of the pedigree of your background, your acting? Was there the films that you've been in? I imagine obviously they're probably pretty starstruck. And then did they mention any of these films? Did they have was there any like fandom that was mentioned on set about some of the films to you?
No, nobody talked about my films to me. I think there was a lot of fear.
It's so great.
Nobody knew who I was.
No one knew who I was. And then he tries to explain a little bit more.
That people didn't want to get too close, there's that myth, that myth, like don't talk to him. You might, He might ask you for something.
You've seen him in those Jim and Nut videos. He might yell at you for saying the wrong thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, no one would think that unless they've seen our coverage of you and have seen many examples of you being a dickhead to people.
Your short temper.
So in the movie,
honestly, you're kind of asking these very kind of deep questions about the moment, and honestly, it's like, we filmed this a year ago. It was maybe 2-3 days I was on the set.
Corey doesn't give a shit.
This is what I mean. This is classic, Corey.
He's falling back into the old Corey, dude. He doesn't give a fuck.
This is because don't get me wrong.
Don't ask me a meaningful question. I don't even remember the name of the movie until you told me. I didn't know why I was here. I didn't know if it was the birthday or going viral.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, that's probably true. Like, I mean, well, it is true. Like, he was a year ago. We could glean. You could tell from the trailer. I mean, he's probably not in it a ton, which is fine. He's like, it's just a couple days on set. But the whole point of this is you kind of do a little song and dance.
Yeah.
And you spice it up and be like, oh, yeah, well, like, you don't have to be like, oh, they were fawning over me and saying, I love all your movies. But at the very least, the filmmakers cast you, and they were making an 80s throwback movie. They definitely knew who you were.
Well, yeah, neither of them are prepared because Corey just got done blasting rails. And then the 80s guy was too busy alphabetizing his cassettes behind him, so he couldn't prepare a functional interview. So this is what happens when two morons babble to each other.
You were in so many classic movies.
Oh, here we go. So, now back to this other interview here.
Were there any movies that you tried out for that ended up being classics in the 80s that you didn't get?
No.
Got them all.
That's a fun question, too.
Yeah.
That's actually that would be a fun question. I mean, I don't believe him.
Yeah.
But also, I'm surprised even he couldn't come up with a half answer. When he loves like tooting his own horn. So even if he was just like, honestly, I went into a ton of interviews and I felt like I killed all of them. And I almost always got a call back. And so I'm being honest right now. I cannot think of a single thing that I was excited for that I didn't end up working on. That's an answer.
That's true.
But an answer isn't, no.
That ended up being classics in the 80s that you didn't get.
No.
Got them all.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. In the 80s, yeah.
I like it gets all serious, too. I don't know why you're laughing.
Did I stutter? Did I fucking... he's the guy from Goodfellas. So what, I'm a clown to you?
I fucking...
But no, I everything I auditioned for in the 80s that I wanted, I got. It wasn't until much later when I actually cared about my career that they decided to punish me.
Wait, I thought his story has always been that the only thing he truly cared about was the music, and that the acting was always what his parents were making him do.
That's true.
But that's what happens to most people that turn 18 in Hollywood. But that's another story altogether.
He took this kind of fun.
Yeah.
To what we were talking about of how we were like last week, we're like, oh my God, Corey's had a glow up. He's learned from us. He's changed. But this is classic unhinged aura that he brings to his usual interviews.
Giving him credit, and he's like, you know what? I'm noticing there's a lot of air in this room. Would you guys mind if I just suck all of it out real quick?
A lot of celebrities say that, that's one thing that people yell at me all the time or every time.
Oh, this is even better. And this is a fun question, too.
They see me, they holler it across the street. Is there any one phrase from your past that you keep hearing more than others?
I've been in 18 #1 films. There's a lot of iconic moments, so everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their favorite.
Dude, that is such a Corey answer. It's like, nice question. Not, you fucking shitbag. You're talking to a goddamn A-lister.
It almost seems like
just say any quote. Just be like, yup,
exactly.
Yup.
Everyone
done.
says, yeah, dishes are done.
Dishes are done, dude.
It wasn't me, but still, it was a good friend of mine.
They're always yelling it at me.
It feels like he held back, and I guess
did he?
Good for no, just on one moment. Let me play it again real fast.
You keep hearing more than others?
I've been in 18 #1 films. There's
right there, it almost sounds like he's going to be like, I've been in 18 #1 films, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
like
next.
the only thing he held back was the dude, because the dude would put that extra exclamation, and every time I hear it, I expect he's gonna throw it in there.
Yeah.
All the time, or every time they see me, they holler it across the street. Is there any one phrase from your past that you keep hearing more than others?
I've been in 18 #1 films. There's a lot of iconic moments, so everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their favorite. I'm just glad anybody remembers me.
No, you're not, because we've seen you many times not be thankful or glad that people bring up old things.
He's probably annoyed when people don't recognize him.
I'm grateful, of course, to have been in, some films or pieces of art that remain near and dear to people's hearts.
These guys are actually asking him some fun questions.
Yes.
They're not just pointing at the posters on their wall and and showing them like, check out this Funko Pop, Corey, it's you.
I don't really try to think about all that stuff a lot. I don't like to be in a place of ego. I like to be in a place of humility. So
isn't it wild?
For me, it's just,
Is this answer wild?
Dude, there's no one with less humility than Corey Feldman.
Plus, that has nothing to do with the question. Like, you could still be Tom Hanks or whatever, and still be able to answer the question like, people still yell, run, Forrest, run, anytime they see me. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean you're being like a maniac when you already are a maniac.
That's a great way to be, because I'm going to go back to the early 70s for my next question.
Elon Musk is on this show.
What's great is this guy brings up the McDonald's commercial, which we love.
The Clio award-winning commercial?
Yes, the very same.
Corey must be stoked. Or he's weirdly not stoked, even though he should be.
And that's not moving forward, but I'll stop it after this. You've been in our lives since you were a child. We're all roughly the same age, but I think a lot of people remember first seeing you getting out of bed and putting a McDonald's gift certificate on a plate for Santa Claus. Do you have any recollection of making that, or were you still too young?
Of course. Okay. I remember everything.
And he's answering the question, but he's bringing his aura back to
next question.
Of course, I remember when I was 3. It's like when Terrence Howard says he remembers being in the womb.
Yeah, no, really. I have an ironclad memory. That's why people are best to not test me when it comes to recollection or memories, or whenever if I write a story, if I tell a story, if I make a post, I'm going to remember what I said because it's going to be truthful, and I will say the same exact story 10 years later, 20 years later, 40 years later if I have to.
I feel like that was directed directly at us because we're always talking about how he's a liar. But we also always back up when he said one thing and then said something else later on.
Yeah.
So he's full of shit being like, I have an ironclad memory. It's like a goddamn bear's trap in my mind. Anything I say, I'm going to say it again and again and again.
Can you imagine someone being like, hey, do you remember that commercial? And he's like, anyone who fucks with me is going to fucking get it because I remember fucking everything. I am not a liar.
Yeah, no, again.
And it's like, so anyway, do you remember that McDonald's commercial you're in?
Once again.
The thing he's constantly mad that no one asks him about, someone asks him about, and he's like, don't you fucking cross me. If anyone fucking crosses me, they're gonna fucking get it.
Again, they're asking a fun question, and he has to come in with this fucking bizarre energy every time.
People are best to not test me when it comes to recollection or memories, or
anyone who questions my memories is going to get compromised to a permanent end.
You'll be compromised to a permanent end. I learned that.
I hope you like being compromised to a permanent end.
If I tell a story, if I make a post, I'm going to remember what I said because it's going to be truthful, and I will say the same exact story 10 years later, 20 years later, 40 years later if I have to. And that's one thing that I am grateful for, is God has granted me the gift of consistency and a good memory, and sometimes I wish I could forget certain things, but yeah, but given the fact that we deal with things like senility and
see, he keeps making it weirder and weirder, dude. Now he's like, and people, you got old people losing their fucking mind, shitting their pants. House in the YouTube chat. Why do he always forget to turn on the great boss horn if he doesn't forget things?
Yeah, he always forgets to plug in his guitar until the drummer's already started the song.
We deal with things like senility and dementia and things like that can tarnish the brain. I'm grateful that I have a nice, young, fresh, working brain, and I hope to keep it that way for many years to come.
That's awesome. I do want to tell you guys.
Oh, here we go. Back to that 80s dude. Here we go.
Well, let me tell you, it's gonna get added to my audio collection here. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of these.
Look, Mike, look! Don't put your hands, don't put your eyes in your
God,
hands.
this fucking loser.
He's showing him his physical media.
Corey, look, I've got a 6-dish changer just like you, Corey.
I like that you do.
Corey.
He has Corey's voice too.
That's because he's Corey now.
The audio stuff going on here. This whole section here is audio.
Nice.
You recognize that guy?
Oh my god, dude! I was screaming.
Shut the fuck up!
When I watched this earlier by myself,
sick of this guy.
I was screaming when I was watching this by myself.
Like, stop it, dude! Stop for 1 fucking second and just talk to this man. Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm more mad about this guy than anything else.
You recognize that guy? That's Chunk.
I can't see it. It's a little
he
far
gets
away.
it.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. That's cool. Cool.
Yeah, man. So listen, speaking since I just showed this to you.
Hold on. I just want to sit in this moment.
It's so embarrassing. It's like I'm passively embarrassed because of how embarrassing this guy is.
Exactly. Immediate deuce chills when I was watching this.
I can't see it. It's a little far away. Oh, I see it now. Yeah. That's cool. Cool.
Yeah, man. All right. So let's get to the.
Oh no! Oh my god! And I just remembered what comes up after his weird cut.
Dude, how on earth could he get more embarrassing, Jim?
I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna say anything, but I just want to build the anticipation then. But yeah. Here we go. Just enjoy this moment that's about to happen.
Let's get to the last part of this. All right. I want to know if at the end of that shoot, when you guys wrapped, if anyone offered you a veal scallopini or a good fettuccine alfredo and a bottle of fettuccine 1981, did somebody do that for you?
Yes, everybody actually. So
Dude, this fucking guy, dude. This is so embarrassing. He spent what 60% of this interview being like,
just pointing at things.
Hey
and saying
Corey,
the thing.
do you like my shirt? Hey Corey, do you like my music? Hey Corey, do you like this doll?
What's so funny is he even had to add in the like the meme picture that has the quote on it. Just because honestly, when he was first, I'm like, what is the fuck is he doing?
Dude.
It was vaguely familiar to me. But then when he put the Goonies thing, I'm like, oh yeah, he's doing a fucking line from the Goonies to him.
He really is the little kid that's like, hey mom, look at this.
Veal scallopini or a good fettuccine alfredo and a bottle of fettuccine 1981. Did somebody do that for you?
yes, everybody actually. So it's funny you brought that up.
Yeah.
It was,
How do you answer that?
Honestly, that really is the only way to answer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What
they
answer
did.
do you? Well, here's the thing. What answer did that guy want?
I guess maybe you do it back. You just do the line back.
But he did all the lines.
A fettuccine.
He said all the lines. He said them himself.
Maybe what is Mama Fratelli? Maybe Mama Fratelli says something back. The only thing I could say in this guy's defense, though, this guy's defense,
it's shocking that you found something to defend him.
is he's doing it to the man who has a cameo set up where he dresses up like his Lost Boys character.
And we're the Frog Brothers.
Right
If you
around
just got
now.
married, then happy marriage time.
Marriage.
What did he want?
You're right.
What was he hoping to gain out of saying a quote from a movie that Corey was in?
I guess a knowing nod. I guess mutual respect. Oh yeah. Well, and also, like, I would almost respect it more if he just said, "You know what line I love is when you're in the Goonies saying this." I hate it more that he's pitching it as a question of them being on set of the
When
movie
you
going
rapped,
viral.
Did the director say fettuccine to you?
I was gonna compare it to the Chris Farley show, that sketch, but it's worse than the Chris Farley show.
Remember when you were doing your movie and Mia Farrow was watching and then you came down off the screen and talked to her?
That would almost be better than him being like, when you were on set, and he's trying to make it seem like he's asking an interesting question.
Yeah.
To the last part of this, all right? I want to know if at the end of that shoot, when you
you know what? When he says we got to get to the last part of this, maybe he asks every guest this same exact question.
Listen, he stuttered through it because he's so fucking scared to ask this.
As he should be. He should have went with his instincts of not asking this.
Yeah.
All right, so let's let's get
Hold
to
on,
the.
it does take a big gasp.
All right, so let's get to the last part of this. All right, I want to know if at the end of that shoot, when you guys wrapped, if anyone offered you a veal scallopini or a good fettuccine alfredo and a bottle of fettuccine 1981, did somebody do that for you?
Yeah.
He even he has to like gulp and be like, did that
Dude,
happen?
this is so embarrassing.
I would love to get this guy on our show because you've intrigued me with this question. That you're it's an unanswerable question. What did he expect to happen?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody, actually. So it's funny you brought that up. It was the only thing on the menu. It was so weird. At
Corey doesn't
lunchtime,
even
that's
understand,
exactly
I
what
don't
they were
think.
serving.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is where we gotta go. We gotta ride for our boy Feld Dog on this one.
We're nothing but fair.
Yeah.
Corey is doing the best he can when asked the impossible question.
It's Jim and